but 40-man Thaddeus was much worse. Now, I'll explain 40-man Thaddeus too. So, two bosses I want to explain for you guys. Huygen and Thaddeus, once we get to them. So don't pull these bosses. I do some old school shots with you guys. And you 40-man guilds, you Australians, you South Africans, you terrible ping guys logging into the US servers, you remember these strats. Okay, I'm going to start pulling... which wing is this? No, let's do Spiderwing first. Spiderwing is always first. Spiderwing first. Start... Summon the others, please. Let's go, Hordes. Summon them down. We'll now pull the boss till everybody's here. Face of Death. God, yeah. Good times. Like, if people are... If they forget their whatever, if they're gone from the giveaway, I will just message them afterwards to send me their battle tags. Spider's my dad in Warcraft. I'm not terrible like your dad. Yeah. I was taking Naxx as a 12-year-old prop paladin. My guild put up with me because I wasn't a snotty brat, but my dad put in good words for me, and they helped me more than I could ever repay. That's awesome, though. That's lucky. That's great, man. That's super lucky on your part. Or was better than you, whatever. Okay, we're camouflaged here. What are we missing? We're still missing a bunch of people. Is there nobody to summon these poor fools? Okay, that's fine. You guys won't be missing too much. Just get down here. Okay, I'm gonna get going. We're pulling, sorry. Gazelock and Weok, you'll get here for the right the bosses. You son of a bitch. You bastard. Oh my god. So back in Naxx 40, you have to kite him around the raid, but basically your tanks would run around this edge right here. Your tank would run like this, with aspect of the pack hunter right over here as well, and you'd run around to outrange the big thing that Anub'arak does. It was a bitch. Fun boss. I remember doing Naxx 40 and then doing Naxx 25, and I'm like, holy crap, this is such a watered-down version of this once amazing, epic, hardcore instance. Like, less than 1% of players ever got to there, so, I mean, I understand why they nerfed it and brought it down to whatever. Pizza and winning Life Rocks right now. Yeah, you gotta PM me your mailing address, and you'll win some stuff. Yeah, you'll win. Locust Swarm, thank you, Vampy. Yeah, Locust Swarm. That big ability that he did. So yeah, you have a hunter with aspect just kiting, giving the speed boost to your warrior to run him around. Fun times. Faralina, she had an awesome mace, one of the best swords. Can somebody link the sword, or the old school sword that she used to drop? Can somebody link it in a raid chat, maybe? I'll link it here for the stream. It was Faralina's Edge or something. It was a tanking sword. It was one of the coolest swords ever. Sure, Crazy Corey. Just make way down here. No warlocks, sorry. I scared them all off. To send me Driez. Yeah, right. She's too pretty for you. Get away from me, Tarina. Deathbringer, Sarafang, both normal and heroic. As a melee DPS, I did nothing but DPS. It's like a Patrick dummy, right? This boss, you had to dispel her appropriately. You had to kill the ads whenever. This was a fun boss. I liked it. Challenging, fun little boss. I think she's actually using that sword. Fucking bastards. Okay, we're pulling. Is it Grieving Spellblade? No, that's not it. I'm pretty sure the sword that I'm talking about is this one right here. Yeah, like, it was less than 3% of Warcraft players saw Naxx by late 06. Like, that was a tiny amount. Check this sword out, guys. Look how awesome it looks. One of the coolest swords. Was it Widow's Fury? No, it was the actual sword she's using right now. Widow's Remorse! That's what it is! Yes, it was Widow's Remorse, thank you. Widow's Remorse was one of the coolest looking weapons from Naxx, besides, of course, the Ashbreaker. Yeah. I wonder if... Mages, do we have all of our old YouTube videos on YouTube? Like the Twins one I want to show people? Yeah, I saw that. Thanks, Erasmus. I want to show them some old school videos of us killing bosses. Like the old Onyxia one, the old, like, the really shitty production values. Let me know if they're on YouTube. I guess I could just YouTube them and they'd be there. I was talking to in the guild, Vicious Cycle, when we downed KT for the first time. I was 10 years old. What? What? 10 years old? Even though I barely had hair on my nuts, I was smart and I knew what I was doing. really, really good times. Back then, the asked this game was so addicting and everything because of the family and chemistry built within it is very special. Pixels are flesh. Well said, minus, you know, the hair on your nuts bit. But Mythic Frost Decay, very well said. It's the Bond, right? Like, years later... I swear to God, you did it again. You put it under the couch, didn't you? No, you're not going to get it now. You're not going to get it, Chloe. No, I'm not going there. She realized about 2 minutes. It depends. It's 30 seconds for some. So, what was I saying? Yeah, Vicious Cycle. All the videos with the Muse soundtrack. Yeah, it's the Muse soundtrack. That's what's in the back there. What was I going to say? Something about players. Thaddeus. Videos. I keep getting distracted. Okay, what is this one? Twin Imps. Yeah, okay, that was a really cool video. I'll show you some of these old videos too. And I'll tell their relief story. Makes now, we had a great one of this one. Back then, if you guys ever jumped, it would reset your swing timer. So you would never jump as a DPS. Never ever jump. Okay, waiting for case lock. Wait for case lock. Case lock is almost here, guys. He's almost here. Anyway, that's what I was going to say. Like the Mythic Frost Decay here. He's 10 years old. He's probably 20 now, right? Maybe 19 now. Killed KT when he was 10 years old. At the end of the day, after years of playing, you know, do you remember what rank you were? US 20th? Does it really matter? It's the memories you create. It's the friends you make. That's what matters. It's the community you build. That's what matters. You know, hey, you know, you played with Sparty. You know, I made friends with you guys. God, I fucking hate you, Priest, so much. Do I have a neural silencer on? Yes. Ha 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 ha. F you, Priest. Try to left grip me now. Suckers. Suckers. Anyway, it's the friends you make, right? That's what matters the most. The memories you build. Look at all this shit dropping. Okay, we'll move on to the next Naxx wing here. So, were you a DPS back then since you had Corrupted Ashbringer? No. So the question, or the story goes, when Corrupted Ashbringer dropped for us, Burning Crusade was coming out. It was close to Burning Crusade. Yeah, we're gonna do this instance next here. Fucking Swap Blaster. Fuck. Basically, the first Corrupted Ashbringer drops on the server. The only one on the server to ever drop. And we decide, okay, well, we have a loot council system. And do we give it to the Fury Arms Warrior that might use it for a week or two? He's going to replace in Burning Crusade with the new items because we're all in beta. Do we give an item like the Ashbringer to just, you know, another member? Well, the officers, the veterans of the guild, they decided, you know what? Let's give this item as a thank you to Sparty for running the guild and saving it through the AQ40, bad times, all that stuff. So they decided to give me the Ashbringer, and I was partly debating, like, maybe we should give it to the other guy. He might help us with progression. I was pulling a root leaf as well, and like, no, Sparty, shut your face. You can take that weapon. You're gonna like it. And here I am, 8-9 years later, with the Ashbringer still. But I was a holy paladin at the time, so we pulled everything. That's fine. Goddamn Horde Garrison. That's okay, Griff. No worries. We'll do some alliance shit too. Ashbringer was roughly like a 16% drop from the Four Horsemen. Like, it was a pretty rare one. The other really cool weapon from the Four Horsemen was the Might of Menethil. That was a really rare weapon. Yeah, sort of kind of like Sulphurous. Kind of. Okay, let's finish it off here. What a cool shield. So many really cool things from back in Naxx. Where is it? Yeah, really cool weapons. Like this is badass. High quality stuff. High quality. And Frogger Boss, of course. You know, these little globules would kill people with had a really bad lag. But I swear, Sparty, on my screen I was nowhere near it. Should have anticipated for the lag. Our warriors replace Sulphurous with sort of off Twin Imps. Yep, and then Dark Age of Insanity, right? Can I still do Ashbringer things? I can't. So I used to transmog my Ashbringer for other people's weapons. I did hundreds of them. If you guys, you know, watch the start of my stream, there's a video of my Ashbringer army. A bunch of these guys that I transmogged it too. Like, I've transmogged 500 plus items for people into Ashbringers or Dreadnought or Redemption or whatever. So those of you that have been here on the stream here for the past 2 years, you've seen me do it. Back when we offered the Ashbringer to one of our best DPS, which was also an officer, not even 3 years later, he passed away. He was a pretty quiet guy, gem of a person too. The nicest people, man. The nicest people. I'll share another very special story with you guys. Okay, a very special story. And I will do one giveaway after this story. Remind me, midgets, this special story, okay? Don't let me forget this one. It'll be after Rootleaf. Chloe, stop. Okay, another story here. So, I told you guys about Ryo, right? There's this whole continuation about Ryo, about this very special tank that we had. He was super special. And by super special, I mean, like, the 10-year-old was able to kill Kel'Thuzad. This tank was not, and I'll tell you why in a second here. Okay, guys, I'm just going to keep mushing things around. Just going to jump down here. I know it's really rude of me. I apologize, but I got to keep things going before we get to Thaddeus. Don't pull Thaddeus. We're going to stop there. So, Ryo was a very not-so-intelligent tank. Basically, if I'm tanking stuff right now, you guys got to get down here anyway. Just jump back down. We're waiting on people. That's going to be a bad idea. If I'm tanking the boss here, and my healers are standing over here, and the range DPS are over here, and somebody else is over here, we'd be like, Ryo, shit's beating on the healers. Like, oh, sorry guys. He'd run over here, and he'd taunt it and tank it and stuff, and he'd run over here, taunt some more stuff eventually, and he'd keyboard turn over here. My keyboard turn's unbound on this one. And he'd kill more shit. He was slow. He was very slow to react, slow to respond, really poor raid and situational awareness. We had this character from Molten Core up until Naxx 40, and he wasn't a great player. You know, and there's always something you're missing, right? There's something you're missing as a player, whether it could be keybinds or UI or something, or mashing your buttons or experience. We learned after close to 2 years with this off-tank that he played this game like this, guys. He played as a tank like this. Just, I don't know. I don't know. Super immersive mode. Whenever he's tanking something, he sees Onyxia's big fat nuts in his screen. That's it. No wonder Ryo can't see behind him. Because he's not looking behind him. All he sees is Thaddeus' big fat balls in his face. For 2 years he played like this. 2 years. To be fair, we played like this in EverQuest, right? We played first-person EverQuest. Anyway, I don't ever know what happened to Ryo. He was apparently like a 46-year-old porn star or something. He was just the weirdest guy. I'm not sure how he ever... But we needed 8 tanks for 4 horsemen, right? Naxx players, you remember, you needed 8 tanks with the 4-piece Dreadnought, along with the AQ, or not the AQ, the ZG trinket for hit. Now, okay, EU players, Australian players, you guys remember this strat. Now, you guys know how on Naxx 25 you guys go like positives right, evens left. No, sorry. Positives right, negatives left, right? Or let me make it a little better. There. Mark it 2. So positives blue, negatives red. You just switch back and forth, right? But because players' latency was so bad, we had to make a 4-point method. We went like this, and a lot of you players did the same thing. You'd go blue, let's go blue and green are positives, red and purple are negatives. So, no matter what phase you are, no matter what your polarity is, you will always be shifting. You never stand in the same spot ever. Now what this does is it allows for a little bit more leeway. We use a 4-point strat for Thaddeus because that's what you had to do. People had lag, people had latency, people were dumb, people were slow to react. So a 4-point strat was much more forgiving. It would not wipe the raids. Okay, are we about to good? Okay, we're just wait on Isabellian. Isabellian, once you're here, we'll start pulling. This was a fun boss too. And then, of course, Naxx 25 comes around, and you need, what, the shocking achievement, the subtraction one, the immortal one, and of course people would screw up, right? But back in Naxx 40, one person screws up, two people screw up, you wipe the raid. Fun times. And the first phase of this encounter alone, Fugit and Stalag, was like 4 minutes long. And then, oh my god, another story. So this guild, this little dwarf, there's a huge uproar, you know, of a huge uproar on the forums because this poor little warrior, his guild benched him. He was on an RP server, I don't know, maybe Moonguard, and they're shocking good. This little poor dwarf warrior, he RP'd a dwarf, right? He was, I'm gonna make some ale and mine those mountains and get tossed, and he played a dwarf. But he RP'd a dwarf with a broken leg. So how do you RP a broken leg? Like this. But sir, I can't run. I can't run. My leg. I can't run. So, because he was in an RP guild and he would not give up his friggin' RP, he could not make this jump. For the life of him, he could not. There was no speed burst back then. He could not... oh no. And his guild benched him because they're like, you know what? You can RP all day long, but you can't do it in raids. So they benched him. They said, you know what? You can go sit out. And so he posted on the Warcraft forums, guys, my guild's benching me, but I'm an RP guy. And of course, like half of them laughed at him, half of them like, how could this guild do this? It's an RP guild. The RP. I'm 100%, guys, these are not bullshit stories. I will never bullshit you. I would never bullshit you guys, right? It's a true story. So many fun times. Fun times. PvP. God. Like, I missed a Molten Core story about cascading instances. Death Jesters are the reason why you guys have Tuesday raid resets. Yeah, fun times. Fun times. Let's RP up to the next boss. No, we're not RP walking here. No, no RP walking. Let's go on to not the Playbringer. Yeah, I'm deadly serious, guys. No wonder he could make the jump. His leg was broken. Well, yeah, of course. Okay. So here we go to Huygen. Not this, you know, this fine boss, but Huygen. Huygen the Unclean. Now, we're going to do Huygen, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to do the dance. So, 0 DPS on Huygen. We are doing the dance. Okay, we're going to do the dance here. Now, with Huygen, you always had these players that were great. They could move, you know, they would always live. When you guys did Huygen, there was always like 10 people alive, right? The smartest, the best 10 people always alive at the end. And of course, it was, that's that girl that could never, sorry girls, not just girls, but guys and girls that could never do Terran Gorefiend. It was the same one dying on Huygen. Maybe she was playing on a 486 computer, on a Pentium 1, right? Barely you'll boot her computer, let alone play Warcraft. Not that Warcraft had really crazy requirements. Just playing on a shitty computer or shitty reaction times or something. So we're going to do the dance here. We're going to wait for Shaz. I guess we got to wait for Shaz and Infusion. Okay, we're going to go a second here. God. Chloe, we're not going to play. No. No, Chloe, no. No more. Maybe took an arrow to the knee. That's funny. Yeah, I'll tell it in a sec, Reckless. Just give me a sec. I missed that story. Okay, we're going. Everyone's here. Kill Huygen. Now, this trash up here, initially it was a gauntlet, so it would respawn on you. And I'll show you guys the path of the gauntlet that everybody took here. So basically, you would pull these things into the room. They would run a couple minute respawn timers. You'd pull these bats, and you'd keep pulling stuff, especially these big-ass dudes. Excuse me. And you'd be dispelling stuff, and you'd hug this wall on the right side, because you don't want to, like, you want to avoid as much trash as possible. Get to Huygen every time. So it's a stupid gauntlet, sort of like the suppression room in Blacking Lair. It was a bitch. So you'd walk around here, you know, you'd pull stuff slowly as the group moves together. Oh, somebody DC'd. We gotta wait for them. Keep clearing trash until they come back. That sucks. With 40 people. Eventually get in here. So we are gonna do the dance here. Hopefully nobody kills us. Nobody touches the boss. I will hurt you if you kill the boss, guys. I will hurt you. Now, there are 4 main sections. I remember these to the date. This is one section right here. It cuts off right about here. So that's one section right here where my mouse is. Section number 2 goes right around like this. there. This is section number 2. Section number 3 is where I am right now, and section number 4 is right around there. That is section number 4. Now, obviously, if you're intelligent and you know you're going from section 3 to section 4, you don't go all the way over here. Why would you go this far? Because you know you have to travel all the way back. Remember, guys? Minimize movement, maximize damage is what Sparty always says here. So you'd go in this far, then you would start running the other direction. So we will do the Hagen dance here. See who takes damage. Now, I think it starts on zone number 2. These have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see where it starts. Maybe it's zone 1 that it starts. Can't remember. We just wait for the dance. Just stop. I guess Sparty's doing it there. Zone 1. Move to zone 2 here. The pattern has not changed, guys. Just wait. We're going to wait for the full dance. That's zone 2. Zone 3. See, remember this like years later. Years and years later, I've memorized the pattern. Because you know exactly where it's going to cut. So this part is safe right here. And zone 4. Right here. Don't have to run any further than where I am. And see, these guys run so far! Sorry, I have a put a marker down there. There, I'm going to go back here. Back to zone 3. God, I missed this boss. Now, we had people that, the same people would always be dying because they couldn't do the dance. This is not the dance yet. This is just the first phase. It's going to go a couple more here. 1. I think it's going to go on to next phase and then another second here. Now, in guys, Naxx 25 is a lot slower than the actual dance. Zone 2, and then it's probably going to go back to 1, I think. Pretty sure you're supposed to teleport now. Teleport soon, Bueller. There we go. So now everybody goes back to zone 1. Here we go. You guys ready? We can dance if we want to. Leave your friends behind. Friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they ain't no friends of mine. Let's keep running. And you stop here. And you keep going the other way. And basically the same people would die every single time. Now, I had a druid. If you guys remember back in Naxx, or back in, in vanilla, tree form would actually slow your run speed by 30%. I had a druid named Sakasine who could do this dance with 70% movement speed. And other people were dying, just left, right, and center. So it'd be the same 15 people alive every time, and we would die to an enrage or Sparty being out of mana. Fun times. So that is the dance here. Cool, we can kill it now. Cool, very fun. I love this boss. It was one of my favorites by far. 40-man Naxx 25 was just, it was too easy. Campfires? I guess campfires could also work, I guess. The trick about Hagen dance is the boundaries between the spaces. Hug them, but not too hard and win. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, people have to understand. Don't go too far in each zone. Be right outside that boundary. Everyone got the achievement for this. Was so thrilled. Probably my favorite achievement. It's a great one. I love it. Now, Lotheb. Oh my god. World boss buff. Okay. So, back in vanilla, we had flasks, elixirs, potions, sharpening stones, mana oils, buffs and poisons, and like everything. You guys know how elixirs don't stack with flasks now? They used to. They all used to stack. You could have 10 elixirs on, plus a flask, and then have your sharpening stones on your weapons, or mana oils on your caster weapons. You have to have all of them. And this boss was a huge DPS check and make things a lot easier. So for every time you did this boss, you would get the Onyxia head buff, or the Nefarian head buff, or both, plus the ZG, the Zul'Gurub Zandalari enhancement thing. And it would be a really easy kill. You would have shadow resist potions for this boss. Bandages! This boss you would have to bandage because the healers could not actually heal during some of those phases. So you'd have to, deal with heals intelligently and then deal with the spores as well. Yeah, like part of vanilla raiding was the potions. Oh god. It was such a chore for everybody. Thanks for bopping me, guys, just in case. Just in case I would die. Alright. Where are we going to next? Yes, we have to go to the Death Nightwing next. You guys remember to bring sharpening stones? Oh, we forgot! Did hunters remember to bring their arrows? Oh, yeah, I guess. I miss those, though. I miss those sharpening stones and the brilliant mana oils and all that other stuff. You should hold level 60 or 70 only to do actual raids. Yeah, but like the abilities have changed so much. Mythic Frost Decay, they've changed so much. Like the talent trees are different, the classes are different. What if I let a Death Knight in there? Would that be sacrilege? If Death Knights or Shamans were allowed in my Alliance raid? It's most entertained. I've been watching stream. You deserve thousands more viewers. Super good job. I was planning on going to bed around 2 hours ago, but I've sat and watched you. Just wait. Okay, Sergeant Teacup. There's a couple more stories I want to share with you. Just 2 more stories. The Green Dragon story. And I don't know, maybe like a couple more stories. Just relax. There'll be a couple more really good ones, I promise. I'm really also hyped up on coffee, so I made sure to drink a really strong cup of coffee before here. Okay, and then this boss. This boss, we had a bunch of priests. Again, remember what I said earlier about having a no hit cap? Priests would have to... who was that? Thanks, 94, Sparty, first edition of all time. Just watch a video of you stream. Don't mind to go up. It's almost 5 a.m. here in Norway. Thanks, 94. Guys, it'll all be on a VOD. You can watch it all tomorrow while I'm at work all day during the Super Bowl or something. So basically, you had priests here rotating mind controls. Your holy priests had to wear hit gear. I know it was really dumb. In order to reach 99% hit cap. Now, every tick of your mind control, you had a chance, it would go through a resist check. So let's say you're casting, what's a really good channeled ability? Drain Life. Okay, if you're casting Drain Life or another channeled spell, that's the closest one I can think of right now. Sorry, it's distracting me. So yeah, every second that you tick, basically does a resist check. If you don't meet that resist check, the spell stops. So every tick is 99% chance, 99% chance. If it hit that 1% chance where it would actually resist, it would break the mind control. And then, Resuvius would go untanked, and people would just start dying all over the place. So it was part luck, and I hate dealing with luck in games. You know what? It's skill or nothing. Predictable things, but no luck. Luck is not fair. So I'm glad they removed the 90% resist cap stuff. Scotch. I'll have some scotch, too. I'll have plenty. Why do I have hit gear? Do we have to hit the raid harder with my heels? Okay, guys. Don't kill boss. Okay, guys, big rule here. Please don't kill the boss. Don't touch him. Do not touch the boss. People got locked out. God, look at you people. Now people got locked out. That's okay, guys. You know what? You can watch. People. Okay. What other stories do I have here? I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. I'll tell the Molten Core story while we wait here. So the reason you have Tuesday resets and Wednesdays for the EU guys... basically, I'm trying to find... Maybe I have this post somewhere here. Let me try to find it. Maybe it's on my forum still. This brilliant idea. And the old school vanilla players, you might remember this. Let me try to do a search here. Pirk, thank you for subbing. Much appreciated. Welcome. Thanks a ton for the support. Welcome to the Ashbringer Army. Thanks a ton. See what I wrote. If you could watch the video before I go, I'll take a look here. I'll watch it in a second. Just give 1 second to 94. Just want to tell them this story here. Okay, 1 sec. Oh my god. More subs. Koizuku Kurimu. Thank you for subbing, Kurimu. Much appreciated and welcome. Thanks a ton. Okay, so this is a bit of a shady story. Now, this is proper abuse of game mechanics. Blizzard, if you're listening, we outsmarted you here. Now, here's what happens. I'm going to read this post here. Back in Molten Core, there were no set reset days. Whenever you killed a boss, whether it was a Wednesday, or a Monday, or a Saturday, it would reset 7 days from then. Or 6.5 days or something. So if you're saved to Molten Core, you can't join another person's saved Molten Core instance, right? You cannot. You cannot join, because basically there were specific lockouts. If you're saved to one, you're saved for that one forever, for the entire week. It's a 6-day lockout. Okay, it's a 6-day lockout for that instance. If you were to circumvent that lockout for some reason, that would be an exploit. If, let's say, if Midgets had a raid, and I was able to join her raid somehow, That would be an exploit. So what we did was something called cascading instances, like cascading windows. Now, this was not an exploit at the time. This was really clever use of game mechanics. Basically, we'd have two groups of players. We'd have alts and mains and whatever. After, let's say I don't know. Let's say my alt guild, or my alt group, kills Lucifron and a bunch of other bosses. They are saved to that lockout, right? Good. My main raid, so let's say on a Tuesday, oh my god, one sec here. Excorp, you were my favorite reasons to pick up my tuna Warcraft. Had a good time. It was good to meet people and DJs. Happy birthday to the guild. Thanks a ton, man. Thank you, Excorption. Let me tell my story now. Stop sending me money. Just let me tell my story about cascading instances. So how it worked years ago was 6-day lockout from the time you kill the first boss for the 6 days. On a Tuesday, let's say my alts kill Lucifron and a bunch of other bosses. On Wednesday, my main raiders, like my mains, they, clear the entire Molten Core. Okay, so for 6 days we're locked. However, what we do, well, guess what? The Tuesday lockout expires before the Wednesday one. So, my main raid, when their lockout expires, was the other way around? Anyway, basically I was able to have my one lockout drop, maybe the other way around, and then join the other raids because they were clear. And because that lockout had 1 day left on it, I was able to create a new lockout the next day. So basically we're sort of doubling and tripling our loot with cascading instances. And later on, Blizzard said it's an exploit, so we stopped doing it. And yeah. Yeah, people had alts. Not a lot of people had alts, though, but it was a really, really clever thing. So what did Blizzard do eventually? They said, you know what? Because of guilds like this, we're going to have a simple 1 day weekly reset. Every Tuesday when we do maintenance, because they did maintenance on Tuesdays, for example, your instance will reset at that point. Should I take my money? I'm trying to tell a story here, guys. Stop telling my story. Cool. Okay. Kill him now. That's fine. You guys can kill him. So that's the reason why you have instance lockouts on a weekly basis. Because guilds like ours abuse them. But at the time, it was clever use of game mechanics, and it was not an exploit. We wouldn't exploit, we wouldn't cheat. Our guild got massacred because sleeping schedule, because of those last 12 hours. Yep. I mean, effectively, you were able to double your loot in a 3-week period. It was just amazing. Have I ever been banned? Yes, I was once banned. Like, Wreckful banned. Like, legit banned. I was straight up banned one day. I was banned in Cataclysm. This was a Friday night, and I'm actually flying around doing pet battles. I know, like, I diss pet battles a lot, but I was flying around Kalimdor doing pet battles, doing that kind of stuff. So I was doing that stuff, and I suddenly get banned. I get disconnected and banned. With the ship, Liz. So I try to log in. It says, this account has been disabled or frozen or deactivated or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? Check my email. It's 4:57 Pacific. I'm like, what? So they banned me at the end of their workday. And they said, Smarty, you've been banned for abusive game, or abusive economy or some shit like that. I'm like, what? I don't even use the auction house. Like, I don't play the auction house like Elvine does. And, yeah, they just banned me. So I'm like, what happened? Why? Why would I get banned? It turns out the reason I got banned was because my authenticator, which was attached to my BlackBerry at the time, it expires. Authenticators did expire at the time. So mine expired. Mine stopped asking me for the number. I'm like, okay, maybe that just, stopped asking me because I was on the same computer for a while. But part of the reason was because I was using it. Oh my god. Thank you, Jaded. I just want to give you just a tip, and 69 as well. I love you, Sparty, and that you do for Warcraft community. And Jaded, thanks, Jaded and Soldier. Jaded and Soldier, please keep showing pictures of Little Vec, because Dreas and I love them, and hopefully we'll see more Little Stinker. Thank you, Jaded and Soldier. Okay, what was I saying? Totally don't remember now. Totally remember. Something about something. Cascading, which led to... What was I saying? Oh, why was I banned? Yeah. So basically my authenticator was disabled, and because I was watching Netflix for the first time, right? I was using an American proxy because you Americans have really awesome Netflix. This is the worst thing ever. And I was logging on to different IPs while trying to load up the American Netflix, and that sort of red flagged Blizzard and my account, so they banned me outright. It was one of those trigger things. So I called them up the next. I thought I was like, oh shit, I'm done. I'm done with Warcraft after 8 years, 7 years, however long it was. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm done. And she saw how depressed I was. I was so depressed that day, that night. I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I think I just started streaming there too. Shortly before that happened. Yeah, banned per authenticator, exactly. So I called them up the next day, and they're like, yeah, seems like your authenticator was disabled. Can you give me your information? I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, cool, your account's back up. So that was the one time I was actually legit banned from the game. Yeah, you Americans, exactly. What is picture case? Oh dear. So this is one of our old archive. So Sparty, what would you like for Christmas? This is old school Photoshop, guys. Check this out. This is great. What would you like for Christmas? I want an Eye of Sulphurus and a pony, and for some bindings, and for you to die, Nefari, and just die. This was one of our Christmas pictures from a long time ago. Thanks a lot. That is awesome. A gold one, but a good one. Can you tell us about specific mods? There was mods like Heal Monitor, which made things super easy for you to heal. Yeah, this was a great boss too. Great lore with this one. Hey, Chloe, I know. VPNs get you flagged for all kinds of fun shit if you try to play games through them. Well, there you go. Seer would know. I had no idea, right? I'm from Canada, yeah. Bet Bob. From Canada. From Soviet Kanakistan. Originally from Soviet Poland. But now I live in Canada. Okay, so we're going to do this story, and then I'm going to do the Rootleaf Green Dragon story, then I will do one special story, and I'll do a couple more giveaways on the way. Another giveaway here will go to... So Trina, please, was the last one. This one's going to go to... Sebotex. Sebotex 19. Hopefully you're listening and still awake. You've won yourself something. Something related... I don't know. Sebotex, let's go one with more person here. Sebotex and... Holy Mo! Holy Mo, you also win. What do you win? I don't know. I have a whole, like, prize goodie bag or something. You'll get something from the prize goodie bag. So, Sebotex 19 and Holy Mo, if you guys wouldn't mind just PMing me your mailing address. You have something mailed out to you. Yeah, with this one, guys, I was really nice, and I didn't put a thing on it, like a one... whatever. A one-time thing. Oh, did you guys pull without me? You sons of bitches! You sons of bitches! I hate you. You goddamn priests. Anywhere. So congrats on you two. Congrats. What did I win? I don't know. It might be one of these action figures that I have from one of the old BlizzCons. It might be a BlizzCon magnet or a lanyard or like one of Sparty's balls. I don't know. It'll be something. You'll get just. Can you PM me your mailing address? You'll get it in the mail. Coming here to save the day over. Yeah, pretty much. Or a Morgul. I don't know. You'll get something, man. Don't worry. Katie's voiceover was different to Vanilla. I heard it again in Wrath. Yeah, I think they had different actors doing it. Would you like to see the future older raids attuned to max level? I think they've just... I think they've done their part. I think they're done and over with. We could have gripped you in, but you know, you got that item. Oh. Yeah. Self-trolled there. That's fine. No worries. You guys kill him. You guys kill him. I'll do a couple more giveaways then. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I've got a couple more here. Okay, let's do a couple more giveaways. So 10 years was the keyword. Holy moly, I see you're around here. Just make sure you guys PM me your mailing address. Otherwise, you get nothing. If you don't share your mailing address, that's fine. Congrats. Pat yourself on the back. You won. Another one. So 10 years was the keyword again. Next one's going to go to... Jules. Jules 42. You also win. You'll get something out of my prize bag. I don't know. It could be a lanyard or a cape. Like their actual, like, a physical cape. It's something. Moo. Go. Moo. Moo dog. If you could relive any moment in Warcraft, what would it be? Oh, that's a great question. What would it be? How about I rephrase that one? If I could re-kill any first boss, what would it be? Heroic Lich King. I think that was one of the best first kills. So Heroic Lich King on Nixia and Ragnaros. Original Ragnaros. Those were probably the best kills ever. Did you guys break it? You fuckers. You fuckers. Okay, that's fine. It'll reset. You want a cape? Okay, we'll try to roll one off here. Let's roll something else here. One more. It's gonna go to Warcraft Panda. Okay. So Hellmaker, Shin Jillion, Tarina Please, Sibotex 19, Holy Mo, Jules 42, and Warcraft Panda so far. I'm trying to do a bunch of giveaways for you guys. Just give away tons of stuff. Like, it might be like a little dinky toy or something, but it'll be something Warcraft related from the stream. Yeah, Original Ani. Yeah, for sure, Original Ani. Heroic Lich King was a good boss. It was a fantastic boss. What a great one. What's this picture, Rasmus? Hello, God, no. I don't want that. If I told you 2 warriors could tank twin eps, would you believe me? Yes, because you could have demoralizing shout or whatever. Yeah, some guilds opted to use 2 warriors to tank, and that's fine. We decided on a warlock and a warrior because I didn't trust more than one warrior to do it intelligently. I thought there was a lot of risk involved, but it made the teleport a lot easier because you're able to just to do it really well. So. Do you have a link to what the shirt looks like? No, I might have one here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Oh. Boy, that fell. No, I don't have a... Basically, it's the old Ashbringer logo. It's an old XL t-shirt or something. We'll give them away later this week, the t-shirts, I think. I tweeted Instagram because I'm a loser. You'll get something good. Don't worry, Tarina. I'll make sure you get it, because you're a sub. How the beginning of this boss fight works, basically you kill all these things. It's lots of skeletons come towards you, kill them, you kill the little abominations, the ghosts, they come towards you, defend yourself, and that's phase 1, that lasts like 5-6 minutes. Once phase 1 is over, you're actually able to kill Lich King here, or Kel'Thuzad rather. Kel'Thuzad. Look how well designed this instance was. So pretty. Blizzard, go back to your old days. Look at the awesome... God, I love the design here. It's so pretty. Maybe it's my monitor, but it's so pretty. From this little pic. What is this shaded? Let me see here. Meanwhile, in Canada, Wild Sparty appears. Okay, guys. Can we just stay in a circle? Just... Okay. Let's stay here. Don't kill stuff. Let them come to us. Okay, it's the last time, guys. We're not going to do this again. If you guys fuck this up, we're moving on. I'll move on to Alliance side. If you guys can't, control your excitement. Killing the farm was pretty good, too. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's one Relief story, but I have to be there for Relief. Just give me a sec, guys. I'll tell the Relief story and the Green Dragon story. Right after this. And then the really special story about one of my raiders. And now, you guys thought my Sunwell story had the feels. This story will give you even more feels. I guarantee. And I'm going to do a really cool giveaway for one of my raiders here. Yeah, it'll be a really cool giveaway. This will be a Hogger Grand Prize giveaway. I also have game time to give away if you people want it. Yeah, just let the stuff come to us, guys. Yeah, Kira Bear said the boss's death, please. What is this cool... Oh, it's a Tempest thing? Okay, just wait for them to come to us. That's fine. I don't miss my Core 2 Duo in 6800. Well, I ran like a... What did I run back then? Like an XT 1900 Radeon. That picture would look so good with the Garrison Lumber Mill. Yeah, I know. Relief from air. So, Relief was... maybe I'll tell the Relief story now. And I'll log over to Alliance side shortly. Right after this boss. So, Relief was a fantastic raid leader. He raid-led AQ40. He raid-led much of Naxx, lots of Sunwell. He retired eventually. Relief, how awesome was he? he eventually, this is how important he was. He made the breath calls on Felmist. Now, for those of you who don't know, Felmist is the flying dragon, or the undead dragon in Sunwell. He makes little paths back and forth like this. Depending on which way he's breathing, the top layer, the middle layer, the bottom layer, that entire section would be full of poisonous gas. And if you were standing in that poisonous gas, you would get mind controlled and you would die, and then we would wipe. So, it was important for the Felmist breath caller to let us know which one was unsafe. So top one, don't be in the top one. Middle one, go either way. So, because we were all dumb, and Rootleaf was intelligent, he would be the only one capable of doing this. Well, guess what? Rootleaf goes on vacation to Mexico. And we're like, but guys, we got a raid. Who's going to call breaths? Rootleaf logged on from the beach on his laptop from Mexico just to do the raid calls. That's it. Just to do them. That's how awesome Rootleaf is. And was. That was Lift Hurricane on Bounce Grid. That is a pretty cool animation. What was your favorite 5-man dungeon? Stratholme or Sholomance, I think. No, Blackrock Depths. Because I had my wisdom teeth pulled out, and this was 2004. And like my wisdom teeth were fine, like they were just pulled out. They weren't impacted or anything, no surgery. Wasn't in a lot of pain. I just stayed up until 5 a.m. doing Blackrock Depths. It was like a 6-hour-long dungeon. It's rough. Okay, one sec. Sin, wait, Sin. Let me load it up. Okay, let me take a look at this video. I have to load up PayPal though, because my thing doesn't work really well. Can you just link it? Sin 94. Can you link that video? Rootleaf or Warchief, if you guys don't understand, Rootleaf was the master tactician. Master tactician. Does highlight winning gives what? Batteries? What did I miss? Maybe later. Sorry, I got to deal with this phone. Winning a giveaway from Sparty. Oh, is that Ryjess? Oh! I thought Ryjess was somebody else. Because I saw you sub a little while ago and I saw your tweet. Thanks, Ryjess. I'll make sure you get something good. Is that Trina? I think. Trina, maybe? How did Rootleaf do the raid calls? Did he stand there? Well, no, he just looked up at the sky, and he was smart. He's like, okay, guys, it's going to be on this side. But the rest of us were too stupid to look up in the sky. Like, he was that good of a raid leader. Okay, what is this video? The Beauty of Azeroth. Okay, let's watch this video. So that'd be good. Have I seen this one? Old school, friends. This is an old school video. So pretty. Old school. Things that don't exist anymore. You will never again be able to see some of these places. Oh, that place. Them feels. I know, Hunteric. Some of these places are pre-cataclysm. Look how pretty this world is. It's so incredible. Like, I know some of you guys, just raid or just PvP, but there's so much in this game. There's so many really cool places to visit. There's cool little Easter eggs. It's such a pretty damn world. There's a zebra. Barrens hasn't changed, right? Like, what an amazing game after 10 years. There's so much. Oh, nobody wants to see this. It's just Cataclysm. Green Dragons, we're gonna go to Green Dragons next, guys. Green Dragons next. Yeah, some of these are post-Cataclysm. Most of it's post-Cataclysm. Very cool. And Firelands to finish. Very cool videos to 94. Thanks a ton. Thanks a ton. Okay, let's go to Dalaran. Goosebumps, I know. Baron's got cleaved. Oh, you son of a bitch. Very funny. Bubble! Ha 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 ha! Who's the troll now? Who's the troll now? Did Case Lock die? Okay, let me heart that here. Let me log on back to Alliance side. I will tell you the story about Rootleaf. And I will tell you the story about one of my other guild members. Really cool moving stories. Okay. Great hanging you with it tonight's party. Glad I could share some of these stories. As you share with yours, most nostalgia I've had in a long time. Just guys, wait. These will be the like one of some of the best stories here. Just coming up. What time is it? It's only 8. It's only been 3 hours of streaming. Holy crap! It feels like 7. Okay. This is the Green Dragon stories. Green Dragon stories you guys will appreciate. Like if you're going to stick around for these next 2 stories, these will be some of the best 2 ones of the night. So I encourage you to stick around for these ones. Okay, let me log on to Alliance side here. Thanks for coming, US Horde guys. Thanks a ton. But I now want to log on to my main here with the Ashbringer and share a couple more stories with you guys. Now, again, more Rootleaf stories. I'm going to go fly over to some of the Green Dragon places. Now, back in Vanilla, Green Dragons, there was 4 Green Dragons that spawned. There was Terror, which basically split himself into 3 different mini-bosses. Every 25%, each of the Green Dragons would do something special. Yasandre, he would do he would sleep people and basically freeze you and have a shadow apparition walk back to the boss. If the apparitions reach the boss, they would heal him. So your goal was to make sure that the apparitions never reached him. Really easy bosses, simple tank and spank. We're going to do Hydra as an instance next, guys, by the way. Okay, Hydra as an instance next for Alliance US. But I'm going to go share the story first. Don't ask me for advice just yet. So, these Green Dragons would spawn in 4 different places. There was Yasandre, there was that one. Terror would basically split into 3 little mini-bosses. Emerus, which was the toughest one, I thought. Emerus and maybe Lethon were some of the toughest bosses. They would... Emerus would spawn little mushrooms and do just massive raid-wide damage. Just massive damage. Lethon was a really cool boss because basically, if this is Lethon, if I'm Lethon right now, he would throw shadow bolts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the really smart tanks basically would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flip the boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's only ever shooting in this direction. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then instead of actually hitting the raid here, you'd flip the boss like this. So you're still only shooting this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the entire raid on the Stormwind side is safe. Now give me a sec, guys. I have to wear Mordon trinkets for those fuckers. Okay, we're gonna, more relief stories here. More relief stories. So yeah, Dorf just messaged me. He had to wear he had to wear nature resist gear, and of course these stupid dragons. You need nature resist for them, or don't need it, but it helps. They would drop nature resist, which would then help you in AQ40. Chloe, just relax. I stopped putting friggin' toys into there. Just stop. Okay, so these dragons would spawn in 4 different places. One of the places is here, Darkshire, Twilight Grove. Now, these were supposed to be portals to the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream is in the game files are there, but because of the way Blizzard developed games at the time, they would be working on multiple projects at the same time. So, you know, they would have the layout done for Emerald Dream, they would move on to the next layout for the next zone. They weren't working on one zone at a time, but multiple zones. And a lot of zones were not finished because of their development style. So Twilight Grove is one portal to the Emerald Dream. We had one here in Feralus. Where's it, Feralus? Stonetalon. Where's Feralus? There. Right here in the Dreambow. And there is one here in Ashenvale. Where's Ashenvale? It's Hyjal. Ashenvale, right up here to the right side, Bow Shadow. And there is one right here in Hinterlands at Cyrodiil. These are the 4 portals. All 4 dragons would spawn at the same time. They would spawn roughly about twice a week. Now I'm going to load up this couple pictures for you guys here from my archive. Archive pictures. Now, we were known as a guild that was efficient, good at killing bosses, you know, good people, not dicks and trolls. So we had a bit of a... How do I put this nicely? we were also, you know, a little cocky at the time. We had a Death Jesters World Boss Monopoly. We killed all the bosses before guilds could even get there. I had armies and armies of alts summoning people down. You needed one soul stone or one shard to summon each person. I had armies of alts. That's how I have a warlock right now. This screenshot is a picture of old hinterlands. You can see here Seradane, where I'm flying right now. It is just the old summoning spot. Now, because some of these guilds, and you guys, I mentioned the Axis of the Axis guilds, the evil Axis guilds, and the Coalition of the Willing, the good guys. Basically, what happened was these really, they're really asshole guilds. They got fed up with us killing bosses before them. So, like, you know what? We're gonna be dicks. So they decided to just start trolling us and start trading bosses on us. Basically, you know, dragons breathe on you, right? That breath is really bad. What they would do is when we got the tag on a boss, they would have their tanks taunt the boss onto our raid. Because you can still taunt things, right? You can taunt things away. So they would taunt the boss onto our raid, killing that tank probably, but killing our raid as well. And their raid would be, you know, off in the distance. That's what assholes did. We got tired. I mean, the good guys, the good guilds got tired of this garbage. So what I did, I pulled a little bit of a, you know, Jean-Luc Picard, and I was diplomatic with all the other guilds. I said, hey, you know what? We gotta stop this trolling stuff. We gotta make sure these guys just stop entirely. Let's make an agreement here, because let's make an agreement in terms of pulling the boss when who gets it first. So there's no disagreements. You know, we're all on the same page here. The first guild to have a sizable raid force and starts pulling the trash will have first shot at the boss. If they wipe, the next guild will be welcome to have it until we go through all the guilds. Okay, fair enough. 90% of guilds agree to this. I even went to the Horde side. Blood of the Horde, the French guild Front de Libération, they also approved, like the major Horde guilds, Alliance guilds on Stormrage. They're like, you know, this is a great idea. Let's stop the trolls, stop the ass-hatteries here. And yeah, they agreed. But of course, the guilds that didn't agree were the asshole guilds, the Core and Complexity. So they continued to troll us. And there was this one time in Ashenvale, right here. Basically, it's a two-step pillar, or it's a two-step thing to get to that boss. We basically went to pull. We cleared all the trash. You know, we had our raid summon there. They were summoning there still. We pulled the first mini boss, the Drake, that's on the way to the Green Dragon. We pulled him, and guess what? They snuck up behind us and they pulled the boss down. Fair enough. They had first tag. It's a dick thing to move, but, you know, it's not a cheat. It's just being a dick, right? We were clearing it. You know, we were right about to pull it. We were pulling the trash. We got the mini boss right before, and they pulled it right beforehand. We got tired of this shit. So, here we are. Almost there, guys. So here we are, and which boss spawned? I'm trying to remember. Terror spawned. I can't. Was it Yasandre that spawned? Basically, one of the bosses that spawned. And this picture here that I showed you guys a second ago. Yeah, this picture right here. This is us summoning. This is the Death Jesters Expeditionary Force. You see Darnat here. You see some of our old players here. There's Spartacus. Who else is there? There's Juta. There's Ophajev. You see him sometimes in chat here. There's Spartacus, Warlock, Snuggles. Gabriel, Cylon. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Anyway, we're summoning. We have a whole summoning squad for people. So here I go to Seradane. Now, we're summoning. Like, we're getting the massive raid force there. We got our entire 40, 35-man raid, whatever. Because we're good at killing bosses. And world bosses were a time where, you know, world bosses spawn. You text your friends. You call your friends at 2 a.m. Hey, guys, world bosses spawn. Let's log on at 2 a.m. Because that's what you do. Yeah, you can link YouTube. No, you can. Now, we start summoning people down, and in this little place, now it's overgrown. Chloe, I'll get it after. Just relax. Now, I get here, and this is the same spot that I showed you guys in that picture. Well, in that picture a second ago. 1 second. This same spot. It's sort of been redone, but it is exactly the same section. If you look at my mini-map, same spot right here. It's sort of been redone and revamped since Cataclysm. Now it's all moss overgrown. So we start summoning our people down here, and of course the other guild starts summoning the people like, okay, these guys would be assholes. So we start pulling the trash. You know, there's little packs of, you know, drakes here. You know, there's whatever, the draconids, right? Draconoids, wyverns, whatever. There's also 2 patrolling drakes that fly around. They flap their wings, they fly around. One goes around this way, and one goes around this way. So we pull the one that's coming from right here down the path, because he's flying from around the path, and Relief says, okay guys, let's pull this one here, so we start killing it, and the other group is right behind us here. They're making their way down here to us, and we're like, okay, they're right on us, Relief, they're right on us. He's like, okay guys, I need you to listen to me and trust me for 1 second. Just trust me, listen really quietly, really carefully. He says, hunters, I want you to run up there and feign a pull. I want you to pretend like you're going to pull. Trust me on this one. So we're like, okay, Relief will do that. So the hunters start running up there. They run. They're going to pretend to pull though, because the big green drake is right here. And of course, what happens? Well, here they are. They start running up from behind, and they pull the drake, or they pull the dragon. Okay, they got the tag rights, and Relief says, okay, guys, I need everybody to just pull on back. We're not going to troll this guild. We're just going to watch what happens. So we all pull back. We all are on our ground mounts, of course, because there was no flying mounts. We get up here. We get up to the little hills here, and we watch. There was a better view because there was another tree in the way there. So we're all watching from right here as to what's about to unfold. And Rootleaf knows this tactical achievement, this tactical marvel, was known as Rootleaf's Gambit from this day. I told you guys we killed the one drake this way, right? That was pathing clockwise. Well, Rootleaf knew that we did not kill the drake that was going counterclockwise. So what happens? Well, they've got the tag here, they've got the first phase down. The boss is roughly about 50%, you know, taking them right around here where they should be. And what happens? Well, that drake, they didn't clear him, neither did we. He flanks them from the side there. He goes right around, starts killing off their healers, their casters. They don't know what's going on. Their tanks, their off tanks, like, shit, let's start picking stuff up. But by then, a third of their raid force is dying. They can't deal with the drake, plus the dragon, because they're going through a transition as well. And they start wiping. Glorious battle ensued. And we were just laughing in the background. We're like, holy crap, did that just happen? Rootleaf master tactician, because he knew this exactly what was going to happen. He feigned the pull. He told our hunters, pretend like you're going to pull. Let's wipe these guys. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine. And of course, they wiped. They wiped many corpses here, and once they wiped, Rootleaf's like, okay guys, let's run in there, let's go pull the boss and kill it. And we did, right on top of their corpses. And of course, we teabagged them at the end there. So, glorious battle. It was an amazing, amazing time. God. That was one of the best Green Dragon times. Best times there. Rootleaf, what a great raid leader he was. Oh man. Yeah, so Green Dragons, good time.